Today, we talk about...
Yeah, is that did you go to college?
No.
Yes.
Yes, but for a year, but
Okay.
for like personal reasons.
Okay.
Like I only needed the year. I literally went to college to learn about white people. That's it. I'm dead serious.
I gotta hear more about this.
Bro, and we are from the Bronx. In our area in the Bronx, the only white people are doctors and teachers.
Okay.
And cops. So it's like I kind of knew what my the future of my life was going to be. I was going to have to deal with white people. So I decided to go to a place, to Natural Habitat, upstate New York, and just observe them.
What school?
Cayuga Community College.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What
so-
high school did you go to?
Alfred E. Smith in the Bronx
Oh,
for
okay.
automotive.
See, I went to high school in Manhattan.
Yeah, she went to Murray Hill.
Understand that diversity.
Yeah, so she did it better than I did. Right? I
Yeah.
could have just stayed here, and
Right,
but no, I wanted to watch them where they're comfortable.
It's a different world.
It is
Yeah,
like
for
these
sure.
niggas are comfortable up there, bro. It's like I knew shit was fucked up when I got up there. It was a couple things that just stood out automatically, right? So I get to the dorm, which it wasn't really a dorm. It was just some building in the middle of town that they use to house students, right? And big bedroom, big apartments, like 6 bedrooms for each apartment, or the big ones, right?
Oh, I remember.
We have a shared living room. We had a bathroom with the fucking the school
Suites.
stalls.
Yeah.
2 showers,
Right.
2 sinks, kitchen, And but something was very off when I walked into my room. I walked into my room and I'm noticing everyone's unloading their shit. People. I'm like, are y'all all on the basketball team? They go, yeah. Aren't you? I'm like, nah. All right, so I go downstairs to the manager, Sheila, big 41-year-old white lady from upstate New York. So she's a mess, right? A whole fucking mess, right? So I go downstairs. I go, yo, Sheila, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. I'm just curious. Is there a reason I'm in the basketball team dorm room? She goes, oh, you're from the Bronx.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't need to hear anything else, bitch. Because I'm from the Bronx and I'm black, I must be here to play basketball. I must be here to put a hole through a hoop, through a circle, right?
You know what? I wouldn't even complain because I love basketball, so I think it'd be kind of cool.
Oh
to
no,
have a
nigga, I would.
basketball team.
You know what? I'd rather have not been in that fucking room.
Really?
Because look, those guys are great.
Actually, yeah, because you came to learn white people.
White
shit,
people.
right?
So I'm surrounded by niggas now. It's like, nah, this doesn't help my cause in the slightest.
Okay.
But there was also this. I loved a lot of those dudes in that room, a lot of dudes on the team. One kid in particular, he's probably my favorite of them. But he had this one thing he would do, and it was the most annoying shit in the world. He would constantly, every night, go to sleep to the Michael Jordan documentary DVD.
What the
so
fuck?
nigga, I would, and he had a little TV. He had a little 14-inch, 15-inch monitor with a DVD player built in, right? So nigga, 5 out of every 7 mornings, I'll wake up. Boom, 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 boom. Now playing for the Chicago Bulls, Michael, and he would go to sleep to this shit, and I would wake up to it, and he learned to put it on loop. So it would just be on loop all fucking day, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm sick of you.
I can already tell this guy wasn't shit at basketball.
No, he was great.
Oh, was he?
Motherfucking, he was my height,
Okay.
but he could dunk.
Okay.
He could palm the ball. He had absurdly big hands. Talented fucking kid. I remember I visited his house with him in Rochester. Met his family. His sister tried to hot comb my hair, but it did. She tried to do it with a fucking iron, un plancha. She tried to do it out. So you can't get no roots with an iron, nigga. So all this shit is straight, and then my roots is all fucked up. Right, so
And at this time, you had Goku hair.
I had long. I started growing my hair at 13 years old because of Dragon Ball Z, of course. Little did I know that my hair would start looking exactly like Dragon Ball Z, with no introduction from me, nigga. I was able to just go like this, and my shit would just stand up.
Did you highlight that shit yellow?
No, never. No, I wasn't brave enough. Also, I feel like I heard that shit damages your hair, and I was very precious of my hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes forever for me to grow my shit.
All right.
Right?
So why'd you cut it? Got sick of the
I
show?
stopped taking care of it.
Horror story.
Bro, I left my hair in braids. I used to always leave my hair in braids for months. This one I left it in for 4 months. So I would take it out. My mother, whoever I had, would wash it, and then you get residual dead hair that's coming out.
Yep.
This time there was a lot of dead hair, bro. As she's washing my shit, I'm seeing the clumps go towards the drain. I'm like, that's more than usual. And then she dried my shit, my nigga, and I got up and I took the towel off and I lost 6.5 inches off the top. And I was like, no. And then it just got progressively worse from there.
Huh.
Like where I try to keep it, like I had a bang.
This is how many years in? From 13?
Seven. So at
Oh,
20,
shit.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
20 years just started falling apart, and I had to cut it at 22.
Damn.
So I didn't even make it a full 10. I made it 9, and it was upsetting.
Was that the goal? Like, yo, I got to get a decade out.
Yeah, I was trying. I was working towards it. If it would have kept its length, I would probably still have my hair right now. But whatever. It wasn't meant to be.
All right.
But,
So, how much more? I need to know like the top 3 things you learned about white people. I'm curious about this.
All right. So like I'll reference one more well, you know what, 2 more situations. One is minor, the other's major, and this is where the majority of my lesson came in. And also I'll go, all right, I'm done. I don't need any more of this. So I remember, after Sheila and that whole shit, like while I'm in the basketball, she's like, oh, you're from the Bronx, nigga, you're black. You must be here to sell drugs and fuck women. All right. Yeah. So it's like. So I remember I was chilling with one young white woman, right? And she's from upstate. She's from there, right? So that means she didn't have any black people in her graduating class or in her school. And I'm chilling in a dorm room with her, and we're chilling, we're just talking. It's just me and her. And I go to yawn, and I go, right? And she goes, oh my God. I go, what happened? What's good? She goes, your tongue. I was like, what about it? She goes, it's pink. I go, what color? Wait, hold on, huh? What color do you think it was? It's like, oh, I didn't know. It's just like, I didn't think it would be pink, though. I was like, white people are the greatest because they don't need to know, like, they don't need to learn. Like, one question, I remember, like, there was a room full of, like, these goofy white fucks in a dorm room, and I just decided to come in and start to ask questions. I was like, yo, who in here of y'all have seen the movie House Party? They had no frame of reference, bro. I said, kid and play? They go, what are you talking about? Kids at play? Are there kids playing outside? I'm like, all right, cool. That bothers me because it's like, brotherfucker, I've seen Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller.
To be fair, there's a lot more white movies, right?
Well, that's how the system is designed, Sadra. But also, watch this. I like those movies. I'm a big John Hughes fan, bro.
Sure.
Like, you know, I like his work. I like a lot of white shit, right? But it's like I took the time to watch and like it. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you're watching these white movies, are you thinking like, oh man, I gotta meet some real white people? Is that where the inspiration?
Well, you know
comes
what?
from?
Watch
Like-
this, right? Watch this, because I grew up watching movies. Like I've seen currently, I've seen 51,805 films in my lifetime, right?
Christ.
So I was like, I noticed like this was one thing about high school movies, the white high school movies.
Talk about it.
Lockers in the hallway,
Listen,
bro.
let me tell
Right?
you.
So
It
I'm
sounds like
watching.
a very strong opinion.
I'm watching all these white high school movies, nigga, and there's lockers in the hallway, and I'm getting excited. I'm like, nigga, I want to get stuffed into one. Blah, 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 all this shit, right?
I want to get my mirror in it, decorate.
All types of shit. All types of shit. New York City, we have 800 high schools here in the 5 boroughs, right?
Right.
Sometimes there's one building with 4 high schools.
Yeah, they cut it up. They'll
What?
they'll make mini schools inside of a big school.
Okay.
My
But-
campus on 33rd Street and Park Avenue was known as Norman Thomas. It used to be 8 floors, all dedicated to Norman
One
Thomas.
school.
Now it has 5 schools,
Oh shit.
and I think every 2 floors is a school, minus like the
Are they
gym
like
floor
private
and the
schools?
no,
Is-
No,
What's
they
the-
just
very
divided
public.
them
But
into
why?
specialty schools.
Why not just specialty school? Okay.
Who knows?
Is it like
Yeah.
a magnet school situation?
No,
No, public
it's
school.
a regular public
Public school.
school, but I can't be caught on the 7th floor because that's trespassing.
What? All right.
And there's no lockers in the hallway.
So that's the one big revelation, like right? Because
the
like,
lockers are in the classroom.
yeah,
in the back.
bro.
Oh, I've seen this, yeah.
800 fucking high schools, right? I'm like getting like geared and like ready. Like nigga, I got a locker in the hallway. Like that was a really big thing for me. I don't know why, but it was like a big thing.
Me too.
And then you get to school and your locker's in your homeroom,
And it's half a locker.
and there's no lockers in the hallway.
I had a nice locker. Big
I'm
one,
sure you did, you piece of
clean.
shit. I bet you they let you out. Did they let you out for lunch?
Don't tell me
Oh,
this.
like outside?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I mean,
Okay.
people snuck out all the time.
Nah, like did you have a quad?
No.
Faggot. All right. Right? No, it's like, so that was a big thing, whatever. But, yeah, no, so what's the biggest things I learned? So, I've never been arrested in New York City, right? Which, for a lot of black people that grew up here, nigga, that's like,
Guilty.
it doesn't happen.
Guilty.
You can be
Something
mistaken.
serious or?
No, very minor.
Okay.
Smoking pot. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
like little shit.
The usual.
Right? I've never been arrested, though.
Right.
Right? Fucking, And that, like, it's a weird thing. It's like, you tell people that's like, really? Like, I've never seen the Tombs. I've never seen Central Bookings. I've never seen the inside of Rikers when I'm not visiting. Right? It's like, you know, it's like a bunch of shit. None of the above, right? So, I'm in upstate New York now, right?
This is actually hilarious.
A bunch of things led up to it. But, like, all right, so at the dorm that we were in, that I was staying in, I decided to move out. Because one night, there's something happened. So, like, that night was a weird night, right? So, like, that night I threw a pool ball into a fucking vending machine. Everyone, like, ransacked the fucking vending machine. All types of shit, right?
Yeah.
I go to sleep. I'm like, that's the highlight of my night, nigga. I'm going to bed, right? I wake up the next day, and, like, I go to my homie's room, and, like, everyone is dressed in black. It's like the daytime.
What?
Everyone's dressed in black. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning, and niggas is up. You can tell niggas did not go to sleep. I go, yo, what's up? Yo, did something happen last night? He goes, yeah, something did happen last night. What happened? He's like, so we broke into the manager's office, Sheila's office, and took all the records and took them 2 towns over and burned them.
What?
And
Why?
no one, after that, no one had to pay rent.
Ah, interesting.
Right. So it's like, I got to keep my fucking, my school check came in. I was like, I'm moving out. I ain't giving y'all niggas my money. They had bed bugs in the mattresses because they were old and they didn't care. It's like I was getting bit up every night. All types of shit. I would end up sleeping in random places. I would end up sleeping in like the laundry room on top of the fucking like washing machine and shit. Cause it's like, and then nigga, I had a reputation like that nigga will sleep anywhere, and I'll sleep anywhere. It doesn't matter. So like after that, I noticed like me and my boy, who was probably like the main nigga to do all that shit. Like they had a barrel fire with all the files.
Okay.
Right. So after that, the building had to ask everyone to sign new agreements, and I was like, nope, fuck you. I'm keeping my money. I'm moving somewhere else.
Sure.
And me and my boy moved to another spot because he got into some shit. Like he hung a hanger on his water pipe in the room where they had like the sprinklers.
Yeah.
And like it broke and like it flooded his room, and they blamed him for it.
Well, they tell you not to do that.
Yeah, sure, right, whatever.
I used to be an RA, the resident assistant at my college.
Oh, you're gonna love this story.
All right. Hit me.
So we move down the block to some like little thing that just for us. You know, we got a bed, we got a couch. You know, we got our own spaces. We're never there. And also some of the soccer team lives upstairs, so we up there watching TV with them and shit. I got to love soccer, fucking with them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Basketball's not even his choice of sport.
So we end up. So all right, me and Sharif is banned because of the pipe thing. I move out with Sharif. We go get an apartment together. So there's a party at the dorm in the soccer boys team dorm room. Them niggas is lit. They got money. They chilling. They got big old screens in their crib, all types of shit. So I was like, yo, man, y'all come to this party? He's like, yeah, nigga, we come to that party, bro. We go to the party. Party lit, nigga. Party, nigga. Smoking weed, niggas chilling, drinks, da-da-da. Sheila, good old Sheila, right, took the weekend off to go be with her 19-year-old boyfriend. Mind you, Sheila's 41. She went to go be with her 19-year-old boyfriend, right? And she leaves one of the students in charge as a temp RA. And he was like older than all of us. He was 25 because I was 17, so he was older than all of us. But it was weird about him is that he had a Mickey Mouse voice. He's like, so like the party's happening, and then we get the knock at the door, and it's this nigga. Let's call him Mickey. Let's call him Mickey, right? So Mickey comes to the door. Hey guys, so you can't be really having a party right now. Like Sheila said, no parties. And all right. So the captain of the soccer team comes to the door. He goes. He's English. He goes, mate. He's like, yo, mate, like you could just come inside, have a good time, like have a bloody good fucking time. He's like, you don't need to call her. Da, da, da. He goes, oh no, I'm gonna call her. Blah, you shouldn't be doing this. And he goes, bro,
I fucking hate those people.
Yeah, and then he goes, bro, I'll get you some head right now. Just come inside, bro. Like, just chill, just have fun. He goes, no. And then I'm like, so the doorway's here, my English homie's here, the RA nigga's here, and I'm standing between them like this, right? And my English homie hears one more thing he don't want to hear, and he was close. I've never seen a nigga headbutt someone. I was this close to that shit. Like, he squarely smashed his shit. Instantaneously, this motherfucking shit starts leaking. Right?
He headbutted from a soccer player.
Yeah, he's English. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Oh, he had technique.
Yeah, he had technique, my nigga. He headed that shit right into the goal. Bow, nigga, hold that. Right? It fucks him all up. He's like, the floor is wet. He slips. It looks all clumsy and shit. I'll start laughing. I'm like, I've never seen no one headbutt him before. That was great. Right? So he ends up going upstairs and calling Sheila. and Sheila comes, and she comes with her boyfriend, her 19-year-old boyfriend, right?
Lord.
So she starts clearing out the party. She's like, everyone out! Y'all know you're not supposed to be doing this.
I thought you said she was out of town.
No, she just went to go have a weekend.
Gotcha,
she was in town.
Gotcha.
She's a loser. She don't got nowhere to go, nigga. So she comes, breaks up the party. You know y'all shouldn't be doing this. So me and Sharif make it to the door, and she sees Sharif. You know you're not supposed to be here. Blah blah blah. He goes, yeah, and he's just walking away, just missing her. And then she goes to touch him and puts his hand on him, and he goes, "Get off me, bitch." So the 19-year-old boyfriend takes it upon himself to start hitting Sharif.
Nice.
So I take it upon myself to start hitting him. So now we just brawling now. Yeah, we just brawling in like the entrance of the building. Like they have the front door and then they have the locked door, and we're in that little space, just tussling, nigga, just tussling, right? So it ends up getting broken up.
Mature as fuck.
Yeah, it ends up getting broken up, and now the entire dorm is in front of the building, right? So Sheila comes out and she's like, "You," says something to Sharif, and she goes, looks at me, you fucking nigger!
What?
Right? And like, look, bro, I call myself nigga 3,000 times a day. It has no power on me because it's like I take the power away. But like subconsciously, I took a step forward, and it wasn't for anything. I wasn't going to touch her. I wasn't going to yell at her. I was like, whatever. I just took a step forward. My English homie who headbutted the homie, he steps in, "Make pockets. You're good, man. Just you're good. Don't do anything, bro." It's like I'm good, bro. It's whatever. All right. So I get Sharif because he's all in a tizzy now. I'm like, let's go home, Sharif. You start walking. Sharif is like mumbling shit to himself, like, and then all of a sudden Sharif turns around and starts walking back towards the dorm. But he doesn't go towards the front entrance. He goes to the back entrance. And I'm like, and I can't stop him. So I was like, I don't know where this is going. So I was like, let him just blow off the steam he needs to blow off. So we go to the back of the building. We get in because we still have a key. And he makes a beeline for the RA's room, right? The assistant RA.
Yeah.
Gets in his room, nigga. A computer monitor went through his window.
Oh,
he
shit.
just starts trashing this nigga's room, bro. And I'm outside the door frame, like, right? And then one of the roommates to the RA nigga, he's like, "Pockets, please, man. Please stop him, Pockets, please, man. I don't want to do this, bro." He's crying. I'm like, nigga, if you want to go stop him, you're more than willing. Go ahead. I ain't going in there. That nigga's a storm. I'm not going to get hit with nothing. Fuck that. I'm going to let him blow his steam off, and we out, nigga. So Sharif tires out. I grab him like, "You good now?" All right, let's go. We start walking home. On the way home, a cop car pulls up on us. Right? "Hey, you two guys." "Yeah, officer." "Hey, what's your name?" "My name is Robert Sanchez." And then Sharif said some other shit. He goes, "Yeah," he puts us in cuffs. And drives us back to the front of the dorm, and everyone's still outside. Right? Cop car pulls up. We're both in the back, cuffed. And Sheila comes to the window. "That's him! That's fucking him!" Ah! Right? He takes us to jail. Takes us to the precinct, or wherever the fuck they want to call it. Separates us, and like you could tell they don't get very much action because they started doing all the most cliche shit. He walked in the room, was like, "Your boy gave you up. He told us everything, man." I was like, "Yeah, whatever, nigga. Whatever, bro. Yeah, sure. He gave me up. Well, big whoop. How you gonna give me up when he did everything? Like, big whoop, nigga, right?"
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't really.
I really didn't do anything. I'm an accomplice, if anything.
Yeah, right.
Like at tops, I'm an accomplice, right? So separate us, and like I'm not falling for this shit. So me and the dude just start having like a casual conversation. It's like start like naming like rappers' real names. I'm like, "Do you know who Earl Simmons is?" He goes, "That's DMX." "You know who Calvin Brodus is?" Like, nigga, that's Snoop Dogg. I'm like, all right, cool. And and then he puts me in a cell, and they put us in a cell, 2 cells, but they're separated by a wall. So we start talking to each other, and Reef, I don't know where because they did separate us, so whatever. Like, if he gave me up, I don't give a fuck. I don't have no record, so it's like, I don't care. Like, none of this shit can affect me, right? So, and this whole time, we're there for like 4 hours. They haven't taken mugshots. So I'm like, all right, I guess they're not going to do that. So I got braids in at the time, so I just start taking my hair out because I'm bored. I get halfway through, all right, time for your picture. I was like, "You fucking assholes. You fucking dickhead." Right? And now I'm like,
what do you care? It's like it's going on Instagram. Like,
bro, I'm sure if I become something or anyone,
I see, okay.
I'm sure that shit's going to pop up. It's going to be a great mugshot because half my hair is out, half is braided.
Terminator?
Yeah, it's like whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, take the pictures. So
I saw kids do that in school, like on purpose. I was like, "Yo, that's dope."
yeah,
I thought it looked
just
good.
Put it in like a fucking
whatever.
or a cottontail as like if
your hair is short.
If your hair is short, yeah, like a little puff. All right, so we got arrested on a Friday. They don't have holding cells in that town in the precinct, so they had to send us to the maximum security prison for the weekend. Right?
But ironically enough, that Friday happened to be.
Stop! Don't ruin it. Nigga.
Go ahead.
I love
finish,
you. Don't
'cause
do
I
it.
wanna
Yeah,
start.
I got you. All right. So they sent us to the maximum security prison. Me and Sharif, and I knew shit. Like I figured out shit was very real very quickly. Like I get in there, it's like take off all your clothes. I was like, okay. All right, he goes, lift your sack and spread your cheeks and cough. I'm like, oh, this is real. Like nigga, I can assure you, there's nothing up there. I took a shit right before I got arrested. Like, there's nothing up there, bro. Alright? Did all that. He gave me my fucking striped clothes with my fucking shitty shoes. And then they gave me my one phone call. So, of course, I called my mother. I call my mom. She don't answer because it's a weird time of the night. Alright? And I leave a message. And I tell her everything, and I'll leave as much as I can in the message. So they put us in our cells, but they don't put us with general population. They had this weird room set up where it's like one big room that had like a table in the middle, 4 cells along the back wall, shower, a phone, like payphone, all that shit. And Sharif was like 2 cells down from me, and I was like over here. Yeah, like Sharif was 2 cells. And like there was one nigga between us that was on 15-day suicide watch, and one black nigga that could not stop singing. Like he's like, yeah, man, when I get out of here, man, I'm gonna go to this open mic, man, and sing these songs. I was like, wait till the open mic, nigga.
Was he good at least?
No. He was singing country music. Some black niggas singing country music. It was
Lil Nas X. You were in prison with
it was Lil Nas X's father, Big Nas Y or some shit, right? So we were there for 3 days, right? It takes my mother 3 days to realize that I'm actually arrested. Why, Sadra? Because the day that I get arrested is April fucking Fool's Day.
So we get the call, and my mom goes, ha ha ha.
It's
bullshit.
It's an April Fool's Day because I've never been arrested.
Right.
Hangs up the phone. Like we didn't even think twice about it.
That's amazing.
The next day comes, we get a phone call from one of your
My homegirl,
girlfriends,
yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, like, have you guys talked to Pockets?" And we're like, "No, like, where is he? We know this is a joke." Blah, blah, blah. And then my mom is driving, so she's like, "Well, we'll just call you back right now because I'm driving." Boom, never called back. 3rd day, the girl calls back. My mom, I'm still with my mom because it's a weekend. Whatever. You know Patrick's really in jail. Patrick's really in prison. Like, you need to really call him. You need to really come up to Albany. Blah, 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 blah. Auburn. And we're like, nah.
Nigga, it's been 3 days removed from this practical joke. And it's not a joke anymore. Right? And you know what? That's my fault. Because I would do something like that. But it's like, it's one of those, the boy who cried wolf. Yeah. It is definitely one of those situations, right? So, like, she finally shows up. Yeah. My mom gets there. She comes to the prison, comes to visit me. And, like, we do the fucking...
Phone call?
No, the glass shit.
The glass, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, what happened? And I tell her everything. I told her exactly how it happened because I'm like, I'm not... And then, like, Sharif mom came up on the same day. So, like, when we went back to the cells, like,
Wait,
yo...
she didn't believe him either?
Nah, Sharif had a record. So Sharif is a fucking idiot. Like, I love Sharif, but he's a fucking idiot. Alright, so we get back to the cells. He goes,
that was just so funny.
He goes, yo, what'd you tell your mom? I'm like, nigga, everything. Yo, why would you do that? Because I ain't do shit, nigga.
She's more afraid of the moms than the
Yeah,
police,
nigga, I'm not... Yeah, so, like, we get our court date. Right? We get to the courtroom. No, before that, so, like, there was a couple funny moments in the cells. Like, the COs, the correctional officers, I go to him like, hey, Mr. CO man, is it possible I can get a phone call? He goes, fuck you! I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, alright, that's how you feel, nigga? Cool, whatever. Alright, cool. So we get to the court date, and they bust us into the thing. We're still in our fucking, looking like true criminals. Right?
How horrible, oh my God.
Yeah, and like the judge to an extent was like, this is not what he said, but it was implied. He was like, so you're here to sell drugs and fuck our women, correct? And I'm like, I'm here for one of those things. It's like, cause that's the status quo for like niggas where I'm from.
Go to college.
They go there.
I see.
They leave the hood so they can go fuck white women and sell drugs, nigga.
Sure.
And like, you are half right, nigga. I'm here to fuck your women and smoke your drugs. I'm not here to sell any drugs. I'm here for an education, but not the one y'all think. Right? So, like, that whole thing happens. I have no record. They try to hit me with burglary in the 2nd degree. and false impersonation and like one other thing. But my mom was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to my son. Fuck yeah." So I ended up getting all our charges dropped on my account and a $750 fine, and I was done with that.
Interesting.
And I haven't been arrested since. Like, you know. But Sharif, I don't know what Sharif had to go through, but like it was, he probably had to go through something because he got out the same day, but later than me. And we got back to the house, and then he goes right to the bathroom, and you can just hear. I was like, "That's your decision making, nigga. That's what that got you."
Sounds like the theater when Tony.
When Tony's, let's not ruin it.
Yeah, I know. I just had to.
Yeah. All right.
For those who
Avengers
haven't seen
If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, what are you doing with your life?
Honestly, like, yeah, what are you
I've
doing?
seen it.